guys, today I'm filming my second update in my Project 10 Pan Fall Edition. If you guys have not seen my intro and my first update, I have my playlist linked up in the cards. And I'm actually filming this video on November 5th, so I am a few days late. But regardless, I do feel like this is a pretty accurate depiction of my progress over this past month, and I have been able to finish off a ton more things. As always, I do end up putting in much more than 10 products, much more grammar. So I call it a Project 10 Pan, but I'm pretty sure in this project I had 20 items included. I finished a ton of things last month, and I finished quite a few more things today, and I only have a handful of products left that I'm going to be hoping to hit my goal on over this next month. So I will start by showing you the things that I was able to hit my goal on. And I'm glad I gave myself a few more days before this update because I finished off one thing yesterday and one thing today. So I was pretty stoked about that. So I actually finished off all three of my primers. So the first one I've been using since the beginning of the project. This is a Peter Thomas Roth Skin to Die For No Filter Mattifying Primer. This is something that took me a little bit to get used to. So this is kind of a thicker, more gluey primer. So I do kind of rub my fingers together and then I press it into my skin, and that works really well for me. And I didn't really have too many issues with this balling up. I do think that this mattified me really well. I would definitely use up another mini if I got one, but I wouldn't buy it in the full size. I think I prefer the Murad Oil Control Mattifier over this one, although I think that they do work similarly, and they worked well. I was impressed with them, and I do have a few other gluey primers in my collection that I want to try again and see if these are special or if before I was just applying them incorrectly. So the other gluey primers I have would be the Makeup Forever Step 1 Mattifying Primer and the Becca Ever Matte Primer. Those are the two that have been gluey for me in the past that I didn't like, so I'm going to try those again, see what I think of those, and then decide what's my favorite. But I did enjoy this and I would recommend it, and it was pretty easy to work with if you do what I did and kind of rub it between your fingers and then just press it into your skin. That worked very well for me, so really happy with that. Then I did use up the CoverFx Water Cloud Primer. I did cut it open and scrape out all the product. This was just okay for me. It didn't do anything special for my skin, and I did have several other minis of these that I did pass on to friends because it just wasn't anything special. And as you guys know, I do have a huge primer collection. And then I had the Becca Skin Love Brighten and Blur Primer, and I did not enjoy this one. It was a little bit thicker, but it did blend well into skin, but it didn't really do anything special for me. It didn't make me glowy, it didn't mattify me, it didn't fill in pores, and I really did not like the smell of this one. So this is not something that I would repurchase. I did have several other minis which I have given to friends and put in a giveaway as well. So super excited that I was able to finish so many primers. But so far out of these three, the one that I would consider purchasing is the Peter Thomas Roth. If I get any more minis of the CoverFx or the Becca, I'm just going to pass them on because I know they're not a favorite for me. The next thing I used up was my Tarte Foundcealer Multitasking Foundation in the shade 13 in Fair Neutral. I was very confused by the marks that I had on here, and I remember now what happened. So I had put this into a project brand new, and then within like that first month, I used it a handful of times, and then I felt like it was too glowy for me. Then I moved on to the It Cosmetics CC Cream and used that up in my last update. And then once I finished the It, I started using this again. So this is the progress from over the past month. Now it makes sense to me. And then no, that's not right. I am very confused about why I have two marks on here. Okay, I don't know. I think I was here last month. Because how many updates is this? Is this number 2? It has to be. I'm very confused right now, but moral of the story, this is finished, okay? I'm so confused. I just have to move on. So this product is a beautiful medium coverage foundation with a dewy finish. It looks so beautiful, but it does not wear well on my oily skin. So I was able to make it work. I paired it with some more matte primers, and I did use my Too Faced Peach Powder, which is mattifying. and I would definitely recommend this for someone that has a more dry or normal skin type that likes a dewy finish. I think this would be fantastic for you. It just was not compatible with my oily skin. Otherwise, I would totally recommend it. So I did enjoy getting to try this out, but I did have another mini of these, and I decided to pass it on to my friend Courtney K because she has more of a dry skin type. So a good product, just not a good fit for my skin type. Then last month I added in a replacement setting spray mini. This is the Milani Make It Last setting spray. I did use this up completely. This is the thing I just finished yesterday, and this comes with 1.18 fluid ounces or 35 mils, so you do get a decent size in here for a mini. This was nothing special. It was just a plain old setting spray. I didn't notice it prolonging the wear of my makeup. The nozzle on this was okay. Towards the bottom it did get very splotchy, so if I got another of these as a freebie I would use it up, but this is not something I would consider repurchasing. Then in my last update I showed you guys the Balm Batter Up Shadow Stick and Curveball. I had completely used all of the products I could apply straight from the pencil, and then I scraped out everything that was deep in there, which was actually a decent amount of product, and then I put it into this little sample jar, and I was using this as a cream base under all of my powder shadows on my lid, and as you can see it is totally used up, and I love this product. I want to buy another one and then maybe a backup. The Balm had a really good sale on these towards the holidays last year, so I might pick it up because I have got other cream bases that are supposed to be coppers, but they're not this coppery. This color is so perfect for me, and this formula is incredible. I highly recommend it. It's so easy to draw onto my lids, and it does set down in place. It doesn't crease. So the formula and the color of this pencil is amazing. It is holy grail to me, and I do think they have a decent amount of shades. I would love for them to release more, and they do have a couple lighter shades, but a lot of them are like medium tone to deep, so that means they would work really well for a variety of skin tones. But for me, the other shades I have, I don't get as much use out of, but this one is everything and more. So I'm so happy I finished up a shadow stick because it is really hard for me to get through cream shadows. So this is a huge accomplishment. And then I finished up some lip products. So I did completely finish up my Grande Lips Hydrating Lip Plumper. So I was here at my last update and I did take out the stopper to help me get out all the product. There's still a little bit up here at the top, but no matter how I tried to stick the wand in there, I just was not able to reach it. And I really love this product. I used to be obsessed with lip plumpers in high school before I really knew much about makeup. I just loved them so much. I do not have the same tolerance I used to. I can't stand a lot of like really intense burning. This does give your lips a nice tingle. It's not too much for me. I think at first it was, and then I really got used to it. I really like this product. I think it makes my lips look awesome. I love the way it feels, and I do have another mini that I'll be happy to use up. This is not something I would buy in the full size, but if I do get more minis, I will definitely hold on to them and use them up. I'm really happy I threw it into this project. Then I did finish my lipstick. This is the Tarte Color Splash lipstick in the shade Rum Punch, which was a really pretty peachy nude. So last month I was right here and I have completely used it up, and I used up quite a bit within this past month, which is really exciting. I just reapplied the poop out of this. There was one day where we were at an all-day training for work, and every time I felt like my lips needed some hydration, instead of putting a lip balm on, I just kept putting this lipstick on. And I think I should have had more progress last time, but I was kind of just like, the tip was still there. It was just getting skinnier and skinnier. So I tried to focus like on the tip directly to wear it down to be rounded, and that worked really well. I don't love this formula. I know a lot of people do. I think it might dry out my lips a little bit, and it's just like a basic cream lipstick to me. I did like this color, but I will not purchase any of these lipsticks from Tarte. Like I said, they're just not that special, but I am really happy that I used it up. Even though it's mini, it is very challenging to use up lippies, but that formula was really wearable, which was great for me. And then I did use up my other lip product, which is the e.l.f. Tinted Lip Oil in Nude Kiss, which is a really pretty pinky nude. I did take the stopper out of this one as well, and the tube is colored on the inside, so you're not able to actually see the product, which is a real shame. But I did take the stopper out and scrape and scrape and scrape until I couldn't scrape anymore. I do love the shape of the doe foot. It has that little like scoop to it that picks up extra product. I love the way that this felt on my lips. It was a beautiful color, but this just wears away way too quickly, and it's not something I would repurchase, but it was a really pretty color, very comfortable, very inexpensive, and this combination was really easy for me to use up, and it feels amazing to have all of those products used up. So I used up 9 products over the past month, which felt amazing to me. So now I'm going to show you everything I have left. I did add in a few new products as well. So I decided to add in a new primer, and this is a little mini of the Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer, and I've used this for a few days, so I'm down to here right now. I do think I can finish this by the end of the month. This is a product I really enjoy, but it's just not the best for my skin type, but I just like the product so much, and I do have some stuff in mind that I already want to pan that's a little bit older for the winter time, so I figure I will use it now as it is starting to get a little bit colder, so I think I can use this up in the month of November. Next we have my foundation combination, and I am not trying to use these up completely. I'm just trying to track my progress and get started on these because these are 2 foundations I want to finish in 2020. So the first one is the Kat Von D Lock It Tattoo Foundation in Light 43 Warm. This is a product that moves upwards, so you can't see very well. I was right here at my last update, and now we're right here. So not a ton of progress, and I've been wearing this almost every single day, probably like 25, 26 days out of the month, and I just have not made a ton of progress. And then the other foundation I'm mixing with it is the ColourPop No Filter Foundation in Fair 15. So I was right here at my last update, and I am down here, and I am gonna let this settle for a little bit longer just so I can make sure that's where I'm at, but I held it up to light and I believe so. So I have to mix 1 pump of the Kat Von D with 2 pumps of the ColourPop. The ColourPop can be hard to pump out. The pump gets stuck, so I have to pump it once, then like pull the pump up, pull away, and do it again. And then that is like the perfect amount of product to give me like 1 layer all over and then a little bit of extra product to build up on my cheeks. So that is a really perfect combination for me. So I definitely think at the rate I'm going, and of course I didn't start with this one brand new like the Kat Von D essentially was, so I'm going to get through this one faster than the Kat Von D, but I do have other things I can mix with it. So anyway, I am hoping to make some good progress over the next month. This is going to be the main foundation focus for me, so we'll see where we're at next month. Then I do have my bronzer. This is the Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil. I hit pan on this at my last update, and I'm continuing to work on this, and the pan has expanded. Here is where we are now. I'm so excited. This is so much pan, and I know how hard the Too Faced bronzers are for most people to get through, so I'm feeling really encouraged. I'm using a stippling brush, and I'm able to like coat my brush right now, but I've really fallen in love with this bronzer. I think the color is so perfect for my skin tone and with the other makeup products I like in the fall, so I'm so in love with this. So happy I put it in this project, and this pan is astounding for me. I know it's a deluxe sample size, but y'all know that is still very challenging, so I'm super proud of this progress. And the last face product is another add-in. This is another setting spray. This is a mini of the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. I have a ton of these, and I do think from what I've been able to gather through the different projects this year, including setting sprays, that I should be able to get through this in a month if I use it every day. And this is a product I enjoy, but like I said, I have several minis of it, so I'm just trying to work through them. And if I have any time left in my project pan where I've finished my main focus setting spray, I'll just throw in one of these. That way I can keep it fun by including different things, but then work on my stash of these as well. And this is a product I enjoy. Next, I've got a brow product. This is the IT Cosmetics Brow Power Pencil in Universal Taupe. This is just a mini, but wow, this is gonna last me ages. And in my last update, I actually had no progress to share with you. I had been using it every single day, and when I went to measure it, it was at the exact same spot. So this is actually 2 months worth of progress, which is so sad for me because you guys see I have like decently full brows and they're big, so I go through brow pencils relatively quickly, even when they're like the angled brow pencils. So there was my intro, and that's my second update. So that is such minimal progress for using this for 2 months, which is crazy for me. So all of this here is how much I have left, which is a lot. So I'm not going to finish this by the end of the project. I'm going to end up rolling this into my 2020 project pan, but I'm going to continue to work on this. So that is how much pencil I have left, which is insane. I am enjoying this. The color's not the most perfect for me, but it works, and I do really enjoy this formula. I have 2 more minis of this pencil, so I'm gonna be set for like the next 10-20 years just on these 3 pencils alone. But I'm happy I put it in this project and that it was a surprise challenge for me. That has been really fun. The next thing I have is my Maybelline Lasting Drama Waterproof Gel Pencil in the shade Striking Copper. And I am measuring this on a piece of paper, but this is how much I have left. I'm covering up the little plastic part. So that is how much I have left, which, if you don't count the plastic, is about the length of my pointer finger. So that is pretty good. I'm really happy with this progress. I've been wearing this a lot on my lower lash line. I love this formula. I do have a backup of it now. So I'm just wanted to be able to track my progress and see like what I'm actually able to accomplish. And the last thing I have here is the eyeshadow I've been using to set my primer. I have repressed this so many times, and this is Too Faced Peaches and Cream from the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. So this is where I'm at. The pan is pretty darn thin. Whenever I've been repressing it, I have put in a little bit too much liquid, so I'm having to mix in other powders with it, so it's adding more and more product. So I am going to do my very best to get this finished off by the end of November. I definitely think that will be possible because as I'm looking at it now, it is pretty darn thin. So I do stand a chance of that. And there are some other lippies that I'm testing out to see if I want to pan them next year, but nothing I'm going to be including in this project today. I'm just going to try to use the different lippies in my collection. So I am feeling super happy with all my progress, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 things I'm going to be working on finishing or hitting my goal on over this next month, and we should have a really awesome finale. I am really excited about it, and I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. I would love to know what project pans you are currently doing on your channel, and if you guys are already starting to think to 2020 like I am. Now, I've had a note on my phone for months now coming up with different items I wanted to pan next year. I'm going to be part of a cream project pan year-long collab. I'm so excited for that. That's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm going to challenge myself in different ways, and I'm going to have different goals than I normally do. So you'll hear about that in January. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.